Hey folks, it's Lindsey Huddleston with SPS back in the building over at Belleville High School in the great county of Wayne. Sitting with my guy, Mr. Jason Wilkins, representing LBI. How you doing, man?
How you going? What's going on, my guy?
Hey, it's good to see you. We sat down first several years ago in Okemos High School. Shout out to Iowa Childress. Now with LSU, the national champions in women's basketball. Isn't that something, huh?
He ain't that crazy. Just 5 years ago we met at the tournament that me and him put together. Now I look great now, so good things happen to great people.
Look where he's at, but then the irony with that is, look where ladies basketball is right now and the work you've been doing, not only in the city of Detroit, Wayne, state of Michigan, Midwest, throughout the country. I mean, there's national representation here at this event. But for those who don't know, who've been living under a rock, and by the way, I saw Coach Freilich, Robin Freilich, who just took on the Michigan State basketball job. I said, hey, I'm going to this lady oh, you're going to Jason's event? Like, shout out to Coach Freilich and everything. But for those who don't know what's going on, talk about what you've been doing with your program and just give some insight and some history so we'll know a little bit more.
Well, we started this company in 2012. When I first come from the boys' side, I switched over as a head coach at Dearborn Heights-Robichaud. And I was just always looking for things for girls basketball to play in. We couldn't find anything. So I took my motto that I learned from the boys' side and started putting on events myself. There wasn't none at that time.
How were you received when you had the idea, like, I want to do a girls' event? How did people receive you?
They was like, what are you talking about? Like, literally, like, we don't have mega scrimmages. We don't do Christmas events. So I just took everything I learned from the boys' side and brought it to the girls' side. Now look where we at. 10 years later. 10
years later, and you can't, get a ticket to the Final Four for girls. And I'll be honest, man, people probably know more about who played in the women's championship game than the men's this year. No, not taking away from the men's what's going on. What does it mean for you to see, women's basketball get to this level when you've been so invested for so long?
It's real good. People love men's basketball more exciting, but basketball to me is basketball, no matter what gender it is. Yeah. If you enjoy the game, you just enjoy the game. Don't enjoy if it's a male or a female game.
Yeah, to be honest, man, guys like you and I who are involved around a lot. I was just looking at a young player a second ago. She made an excellent pass, crisp pass. Like, the fundamentals are so sound. I think that men's basketball, boys basketball can learn a lot from the girls, because in cases where they don't have that extra athletic ability, they have to be fundamentally sound, and that'll help them go a long way. The Detroit Wayne Integrated Health Network has come on board to support Sports Psychology Solutions, and we've been talking about mental health. You dealing with girls in particular, what does mental health mean to you as it relates specifically to dealing with young ladies in sports, particularly basketball?
Mental health is real important. Sometimes you have to let them go. Don't go so hard on them sometimes. Go hard, but not go overboard,
Like you would do with the boys sometimes?
Even with the boys, they still, just because they still got mental health. It don't matter, once again, no matter what gender it is, they still got mental health, They already got enough pressure these days, social media, and they want to be so good, they want to get the college offers. So sometimes you, as a coach, and you gotta just scale back sometimes. And just work with them, talk to them more, you know?
So I take it you can't have the attitude of, when we was playing, or when I got coached, taking that same almost fire and brimstone type coaching style and bringing it to this current generation.
You can't never go back to when I was playing. That was years ago.
No, we used to get beat up.
No, you can't do that.
No, man.
But you can still be hard on a kid, but you got to know how far to take it these days. Because at the end of the day, it is nothing but a sport. You don't know what these kids going through outside of when they leave you. So them coming to the gym to be around you is probably the break that they need. So they don't want to. They just can't understand. I got issues out of here, then I come to the gym, I'm about to get even worse. But then you're like, okay, wherever I go, I'm just getting beat up on. So as a coach, you gotta know how far to go, and sometimes you gotta make practice just kind of fun, That's basically it.
No, I really appreciate that, but I just think so many times that coaches are also caught up in winning, and there's nothing wrong with winning being important, but like you say, they miss out on things. They miss out on saying, let's make this fun, and all these other things that can happen. You got a great calendar of events coming up, and I know in my role supporting Detroit Wayne Integrated Health Network, we want to be here to cover you, cover the girls, but tell us a little bit about what you have coming up, and also how people can get involved. I mean, there are other opportunities for sponsorships and people to come support you, I would imagine, right?
Correct. So I got another event coming July 15th, 16th. At Grand Valley State University. That'll give Grand Valley State, even though they one of the top GAD schools in the country, give kids on their campus free recruiting trip for them. And I come back in December with my Michigan Mega Scrimmage, the biggest scrimmage in the state. Wow. Been going on for 10 years, average 64 teams, college coaches come in. Then in December, 2 weeks later, I got the Best Michigan Holiday Classic. Showcase 2 days, then bring in Whitney Young from Chicago, Powerhouse at Butler Prep, Powerhouse Detroit Edison, Wayne Memorial, West Bloomfield, South Washington. College coaches from all over the country, from the top 5 teams to the lower level teams. So it's a smorgasbord basketball in December for LBI.
I love it, man. I'll be well rested and ready for that. And I think people don't realize you had, what, close to 200 teams here today?
Yes, we had 200 teams over the weekend. Of course, over 2,000 players, parents all involved, you know, from ages 4th grade to 12th grade. We have some nationally ranked players that's going to play at the college level for sure. We had national evaluator Dan Olsen in attendance, and that's real big for the state. My whole goal is you don't got to lead the state. I can bring the events here. I can bring the top teams here instead of we always got to go somewhere else. And I can bring the top evaluators. So that's one of the things I try to preach is bring a national event to Michigan.
I like that because we get so caught up in feeling we got to go away, we got to spend this extra money, we got to be on the road. But right here, there's this great level, man. You're doing an excellent job. I appreciate that, and I think other people need to know. This is a great opportunity if they have some things they want to do to get in front of these young ladies to provide other resources to them. Anybody want to give any special shout outs to before we let you go?
My staff, R. Simone, Keith Wade, they do a good job of writing about the kids. Steve Reynolds out of Indiana, one of my good friends, like my brother, does an excellent job promoting the kids. My staff, they think it's just me. This can't run if I don't have people in place to help me out. So it's a lot of people that really help LBI out. It's not just me.
Yeah, so you got 5 locations today alone.
Exactly, 5 locations, 20 courts. So we all over the place. So it takes a staff. So I want to thank my staff for really helping me out, building my brand, and we continue to get better every year.
That's a great thing, man. I'm happy to be involved in it. I want to keep supporting you, and I love what you're doing, giving these young ladies a great platform. I'm a father of a 10-year-old daughter, and I can only imagine her out here getting up and down the court and having that support. And lastly, thank you for welcoming us in to be able to talk about the great resources that the DWIHN Integrated Health Network is supporting. They provide free services, man. We don't turn anyone away, meaning that male, female, adult, young person, whether you have insurance, paying out of pocket, or just need help, there's some great resources there. And at the end of this video, there's going to be a way you can find out more information. So with that being said, I'll let you have the last word and get us out of here.
Oh, man, thanks for coming. I love what we're doing, what you do. Appreciate you supporting girls basketball and looking forward to seeing you in the future.
Hey, that's it. You'll see us soon. With that being said, Lindsay Hudson with SPS. See you next time.